record, or are we? Yeah, thank you very much. Perfectly done. So, good evening again, and welcome to our today's lecture, the second lecture. My first question: do you see me and can you hear me properly? Can you react shortly? Do you see me? Can you hear me? Thank you.
Yes,
Thank
see
you.
and hear.
Perfectly done. Today, we will focus more closely on creating a business plan, as I promised last week, because it's our main topic. So, in lecture 2, we will learn how to create a business plan step by step. This presentation is available for you in Moodle in our course in lecture number 2. First of all, we will outline the importance of a business plan from the global point of view. Then we will remind of a few types of business plan. Maybe you remember from our last lecture that we have discussed the elevator pitch, business model, canvas, and a few more business plans, types of business plans. Then we will move on to some information about starting capital, financial budget, and financial planning, which is a crucial part of a business plan to be real and realistic. Then we will move on to SWOT and PEST analysis because they are very helpful to us to decide if our plan is real and realistic. Then I will outline a few startups examples, successful ones, and last but not least, we will summarize all our information from today. And if you remember in our last lecture, there was one task because we discussed shortly about our business planning, about our goals, and your task was to think about your idea, about the topic of your business plan and your business goals. And now I would like to know something about you just shortly. If you have any goals, because we have enough time to work on our goals and to deal with our business planning. But now I would like to know something about your ideas, about the topic of your business and the main business goal of business goals. So I will ask each participant shortly. For instance, if possible, may I start with, for instance, Natalia Stirnik? You were here during our last lecture. So,
Yeah,
Natalia, thank you.
so we can start. Thank you so much. Hi, everyone. Today I have poor internet, so that's why I will be without video, and in some minutes, I will be in home. So now just I
Yeah,
will
of
present my
course.
ideas. I thought, but I'm sorry without video.
Yeah, that's
Uh,
definitely,
mhm.
it's okay. So we can
Thanks.
wait and I can ask later.
No, it's okay. I can present just
Yeah,
my goals,
yeah,
what I think
well done.
about. Just I tried to explain why I am without video today. Sorry. Just next time I will try
Yeah,
to
yeah,
work with
yeah,
video.
doesn't matter.
I prepared goals according to my own business, not in general. So
Mhm.
I thought in general. Now I should present my ideas about goals about my business. Yes,
Yeah, your own
I
business
plan.
plan.
Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know because as I mentioned previous time, for me this is the first experience. So I would say in the following way, and I would be very appreciate that if you correct me. So the first one, I was talking about language school. The goal of my business is to help students achieve fluency and proficiency in the target language, to equip students with the necessary knowledge to effectively communicate in the target language, to provide insight into the culture, traditions, and customs and social norms, to help students gain a deeper appreciation and sensitivity towards different cultures, to create a supportive and inclusive learning environment where students can receive personalized attention and instruction tailored to their specific goals and abilities, to help students do their professional development, to accompany them in their career advancement or professional purposes, and the final to expand the chain of my school, just to open some branches. So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I didn't understand correctly the goals of my business. So
You
I'm open
understood perfectly.
to criticize.
Yeah,
To be criticized.
you explained the goals very well. Thank you for them because they were really specific and as concrete as possible, perfectly done. Thank you, Natalia, for your
Thank
start.
you for listening. I'm open to be criticized, and it will be very helpful from you. Thank you so much, and from my colleagues. Just it will be a wonderful experience. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you too. So we will work with our goals more deeply, but perfectly explained. Thank you very much. So
Thank
now
you.
I would like to switch to Marina. I am Marina Bistrova. I am not sure if you were here last in our last lecture, Marina, and if you have your topic of your future business or your own goals, if possible, you can unmute your microphone and explain.
Hello.
Hello.
My English not very good. Can I write to the chat?
Yeah, of course, you can write it to the chat and I will read it later, okay? Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
And now I would like to switch to Oksana Paraskeva. Is it possible to outline your goals shortly? Do we have Oksana Paraskeva here? Or we can switch to Olena Krasulenko if possible.
I'm sorry. I don't take my microphone.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Добрий вечір.
Добрий вечір.
Пані Ленка. Steeds bydlím v Praze, než jeden rok. Now I'm living in Prague up to 1 year, and I'm working now for Ukraine in Nadalko online in internet. I'm consultant in the corporate governance. My idea about created journal, electronic journal for businessmen about how management companies in the maybe in Czech Republic, maybe in another countries of Europe, and what specific problems for Ukrainian campus which relocated from Ukraine to maybe the Czech Republic or in other countries. Now we haven't any journals about these topics in Ukraine. We had this journal up to many time ago pandemic, and after pandemic we haven't any journals. As consultant, I have experience in these places. I have very many contacts with firms with which have specific expertise, and I can create content myself, and I have people who made another content very good. Only on your electronic format, because it's format maybe have small monies and
it's more practical, I would say, nowadays.
Now we have a big group in the Facebook, up to 2,000 people. And I have a special channel in Telegram, near pool Otisich half in English.
Yes, Mother, do not worry about it too
Yes,
much.
yes. Near 500 people. It's special resources for specialists in corporate governance now. And I have idea translated my Telegram channel on the magazine of corporate governance.
How interesting, I must say that it's very interesting and useful idea, because I'm convinced that there is gap in the market in this field. So yeah, it sounds great. Thank you for your goals, Oksana.
Thank you.
Well done. And we can switch now to the next participant. For instance, we have here Esther Friedman. I'm not sure if you were here during our last lecture, Esther, and if you can explain your goals. So if possible, you can unmute your microphone and
Yes,
explain. Thank
hello.
you.
Sorry,
Hello.
I'm nice to meet you, but I'm from the Hungarian group. I just decided
Yeah, it's
it was
fine.
interesting to hear.
It's perfect. And do you have any business goal or business idea, business plan, or not?
Yes. At the moment, I'm trying to formulate completely my business idea, but roughly it is a house plant marketplace.
Yeah.
So I'm
Nice.
involved in a plant community in Ukraine, and I want a business that is not very local, Hungarian or Czech, but more of an international, and so I can keep in touch with Ukraine also by being away.
Nice idea. So thank you for your information. Well done.
Thank you.
Perfect. And we can switch to Lisa. Is possible? If possible.
Yes. Yes.
Hello.
Good evening. It's possible. Concerning Czech Republic, I'm not sure yet what do I want to do. I had a wooden production of wooden items in Ukraine, and I think it's possible to export them from Ukraine to Czech Republic and to sell here. It's one of my ideas, and I'm also, the second one is to open a small kavarna, a small cafe in a how shall I say in English or in Czech, in a new building, just for the members and for the citizens of that building.
Yeah, so very nice. So your first idea, I'm convinced that there is still gap in the market regarding wooden products. What types of wooden products would you like to offer?
It's I think that it's rather difficult to explain without an example. It's a wooden wine table. It's a folding table with legs on magnets. That a table has 16 magnets, which legs are folding, and you can put a bottle of wine or of a champagne and 4 glasses. It helps not to glasses be broken, or not to your food to be swollen with the sand, or with if you want to have a picnic outdoor. And it's a good present for a person who has almost everything, or you don't know what to present to this person.
How interesting. Thank you for your explanation. Nice idea. And regarding
Thank you
the
for
cafe,
attention.
yeah, we will discuss one type of business plan regarding opening a cafe in Prague. So Maybe you can be also inspired with this example. Okay,
Thank you.
and now, thank you too. Just shortly, we can switch to Olena Krasulenko, if possible. Or we asked Olena, if I remember.
Yes, I
Yes.
described my idea last time. It was about new marketing agency, which will work in Czech Republic with Czech entrepreneurs, but Czech entrepreneurs who are from Ukraine and live there more than 5-10 years and have business located there. So I presented it last time. I can't describe the detail of my own goals. One of the most goal now, to be true, is profit characteristic of my new commercial idea, and it's so the main reason what I try to analyze now, how many investment I need to invest in my team and in our maybe branding and something else to have a good presentation close period.
Yeah, so hopefully this lecture will be helpful to you. Okay, thank you, Olena.
Thank you.
And we can switch to Olha Sereda.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
I have no idea with my all business idea, but I think about agency for people who want to change his life with they can study and get a new professional and new skills that because they want a new more skilled and paid job. It's like an agency.
The agency for people that like to change something, for instance, their job direction, or so change their life completely, maybe.
Study is that we have do all our life from all of our lives, and it's I think it's would be good.
Yeah, I understand. So some consulting services, for instance. Thank you. Very nice idea. Perfect. And we can switch to Tania.
Hi, everyone.
Hello.
If you remember, I told about yesterday I had a fashion atelier in Czech Republic. It's named Kryčovstvo. Before war started, I made clothes. We made with my assistants, we made only new clothes, but in Czech Republic is another situation, and I recognized that my main activity will be repair clothing and make new clothes for different shapes. My main goals with my future business there is help people to solve their problem with they come with them and provide high quality clothes for people with specific shapes like high rost.
Yes, some
you know,
size, for
height,
instance,
height, rost,
height.
height.
some larger
eyes
size
or petite petite people.
Yeah, or small.
Not only women, but and for men also. Of course, I want to make profit from my business for myself. Um, Also, I want to promote sustainable fashion. You know, I think we all of us should have not so much clothes, but think about their quality.
Yeah.
And I want to create community with people who support my views. And maybe in future I want to create my own small brand with high quality clothes from natural fabrics. And I would like to provide these ideas among another people.
Yeah, nicely said. Thank you, Tanya, because I am convinced that there is still gap in the market regarding your activities, regarding some special size of clothes or repairing services. It is not here, in fact, in the Czech Republic. It is not covered in the market. So I'm convinced that it's a nice idea. Thank you for it.
Thank you.
And our pre-last participant, Victoria, can I ask you? We still have Victoria here, probably some. Yeah, perfect.
About problem, there are not many Ukrainian books in Europe. People who came last year miss Ukrainian. People who came a lot of years forgotten the Ukrainian language. My goal, my business goal, popularization of the culture of reading books among Ukrainians in Europe.
How interesting!
Because reading books is useful. Because people who are smarter than people who, for example, watch TV or YouTube, and paper books more useful than e-books. It's better for the brain, and paper books is better remembered. That's all.
Definitely, because I am convinced about very great importance of books regarding education and language. So it's a nice idea. Thank you, Victoria. Perfectly said.
Yeah.
And now our very last participant, and it was Katarina, if I remember.
Yes, hello once again.
Hello.
Is the sound okay?
Yeah, perfect.
Well, my perspective business is similar to Natalia, who started talking of a possible language school. So, but I have a thought of the goals in a more general way. So, the area is educational services, and the main goals are well, I can't avoid thinking of money because it will be my main occupation, so profit. And another goal is to help adults to expand their activity worldwide through the English language.
Yeah, so English language will be the main language in your language school. Okay, thank you, Katarina. Very nice idea.
I'm sorry, may I add to
Of course.
I'm sorry, just of course I thought about profit too, but I maybe it's my mistake, and I will share with everyone. I mean, this mistake that of course I thought about profit, but maybe I was more specific, and I thought about profit when speaking about business in general. And now I understood, of course, every participant who has just presented their point of view. On the first place, it's like gaining profit.
Yeah,
just
of
wanted
course.
to comment and to add.
Yeah. Of course,
sorry for
it is
interrupting.
possible. Yeah, thank you very much. Well done. Thank all of you for your explanation of your goals. It is very useful for me, for my idea about your future business. And now it's time to move on to something else, because I promised that we will have to explain something about your business plan more deeply. I would like to mention also SMART goals. Maybe you have heard this abbreviation before, because you can think if your goals that you presented are smart enough. And what does it mean, SMART goals? SMART goals, it means that these goals should be specific. It means as concrete as possible and simply said, simply stated, and also measurable. It means meaningful and motivating, and also achievable, because it is very necessary to achieve our goals, to be motivated with them. In fact, relevant, it means also realistic, that we are able to reach our goals and fulfill our plans, and also time limited. So SMART goals are very frequently connected with goals in our business plan, and it's fine to think about your goals if they are smart enough. But as I heard, your goals are specific and measurable, and I am convinced it's also achievable. So thank you for it. And to remind the importance of a business plan from our last lecture, just shortly, because we have to move on to the next sections. So it's a written document, mostly written document, but as you know, there is also oral presentation of our business plan that is called elevator speech, but it's mostly a written document that defines in detail our plans. And the most important reason regarding our business planning, and why is necessary to write down this document, is to be aware of our goals, of our financial plans, and to think about their real possibility to achieve. So it's a roadmap for us, and it's fine to write down our goals, our strategy that is connected with, for instance, SWOT analysis, best analysis, we will discuss it later, and also with our financial plan. So a document. And I would like to mention that both startups, not only startups, but also well-established companies can use business planning, because business planning is very helpful also for established companies to achieve their new goals, for instance, regarding their growth and their new goals. For instance, they can bring up new products to go to new markets. And it's fine to think about writing this document, business plan, with specification of their goals, with financial planning, because it's a new situation to invest, to widen their activities, to come with some new products, for instance. And it's fine to specify the goals again and to write down business plan again. In a while we will watch this video, because now we are fresh enough, I hope, and we can move on to the next aspect. I would like to outline some aspects that should be connected with our business plan, essential parts of business planning. We can write down executive summary firstly, and executive summary should attract our audience's attention. For instance, our investors' attention should be attracted with executive summary, because they are the most important goals of our business. You had presentation of your goals, maybe elevator speech because it was oral, but in case you would write it down, it would be executive summary, and it should be as attractive for the readers of business plan as you can. Then there should be mission statement, and last week we discussed mission and also vision. Of course, your product description or marketing plan. Also, we should analyze potential competitors. If there is really a gap in the market, we should also outline our SWOT analysis. We have discussed SWOT analysis in our last lecture. And financial planning, it's an essential part of our business plan. And as you know, it should be also time specific, time limited. So also timeline of our business plan is crucial. Here you can see a future aspect of business plan that is important. But what is the most important, I would say, is financial plan, and also the analysis, for instance, SWOT analysis or best analysis. And our plan should be as clear as possible, as logical, as realistic. And also we must be aware of potential risk, because it's connected with our business, definitely. What to ask regarding creation of business plan? We must specify our products or services. Many of you were focused on services, so of course we must explain them as deeply as we can. Also, we must focus on our potential customers and location, if it is Prague or somewhere else. We must focus on our assets from balance sheet, some things, tools that we need for our business, for instance, some building or car or office, if necessary. Also, if we have enough capital to start our business, or if we need some investment or some support from bank or some investor. And if we have enough employees, or if we work like freelancer, just individual, or if we need some employees, it's necessary to think about also personal questions. So a few steps that are necessary to sum it up. We should research the market, research the demand of our potential customers. If it is really gap in the market, we can, for instance, use some questionnaire if necessary. We must decide about our legal structure to work like a craft or freelancer or for instance some legal entity like limited liability company, as we mentioned last week. And we will discuss legal forms of business deeply next week. Then numbers. Numbers are crucial for our business plan. We must support it with some numbers, with some financial budget, starting capital, and also financial plan for future, and SWOT analysis, as I mentioned. And maybe now it's time to focus on business plan in video, to listen in 3 minutes, but to focus on more deeply, okay? So I will share the video together with sound, and hopefully it will work. In case of any problem, do not hesitate to interrupt me or write it to an chat, okay? So now stop sharing, and I will share my screen again and will switch to video, how to write a business plan. Just share sound, and hopefully it is visible for you. Is it okay for you? Is it visible?
Visible, right?
Thank you, and hopefully you will hear it properly. So shortly about business plan, just 3 minutes video.
Many entrepreneurs are not aware of the importance of business planning. Some believe that a business plan is something that is hurriedly put together when the company needs a bank loan or is seeking outside equity capital. Actually, planning is one of the most critical business functions. Success is very difficult to achieve without proper planning. In this video, we are going to show you the importance of business planning that you must understand before starting your own business in 2019. The business plan document you create can actually save your business money in a number of ways. First, it can help you reduce expenses. You might start your budgeting process by building a spreadsheet showing how much you spent in each major category last year, and then have a column next to that for your forecast expenditures for the upcoming year. There are bound to be categories where you can cut costs if you think creatively. Changing vendors is one example of how costs can be cut. We all get in a rut of just paying bills as they come in, without considering whether we are paying more than we need to. Categories such as shipping costs, insurance, travel and entertainment, and bank service charges are all areas where researching alternative vendors can lead to substantial savings. But you have to make the effort to seek out these savings. A rigorous planning process can also help you uncover exciting new revenue opportunities for the coming year. Having a planned meeting with your management team where you brainstorm ideas for new products or services you could offer. Many times we overlook or underestimate a significant asset our company possesses, the skill sets and experience of our managers and employees. Encourage your employees, all of them, from the janitor on up, to contribute ideas that might save the company money or increase revenues, and be sure to reward the employees whose suggestions you use. The planning process also forces you to take a critical look on how your company shapes up versus its competition and how the competitive landscape is changing. Do you know how your products or services are priced versus your major competitors? You should. Do you know how your products and services are perceived by customers versus your competitors' products or services? You won't know unless you take the time to ask them. The planning process also forces you to critically examine your business strategies and determine what worked, what didn't work, and what could be improved in the coming year. This could be an eye-opening, even sobering experience. Continued business success requires an attitude of constantly striving to do everything more efficiently, to improve every aspect of your product or service, offering to keep ahead of your competitors. If you found this video helpful, then like.
Well, so it was our video. So let me go back to our presentation. Well, and now I will share my presentation again. Is it visible for you? Is everything okay?
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
Perfectly
thank you.
done. Yeah, thank you for your reaction. So as you watched in the video, it was connected with financial budgeting, financial planning, and also for established companies. It's necessary to explain goals to their customers and also to their employees to participate on the goals, because maybe you have heard about, for instance, MBO, management by objectives, and it's necessary for each employer to participate on the goals of the company. So the importance of planning. But now we can get back to planning itself. Last week, we talked about so-called elevator page, or a presentation of our plans, and executive summary, it is written form, shorter or complete business plan, and business model canvas. And regarding elevator page, maybe in our first part of lecture, you outlined your elevator pitch, elevator speech, that is short speech that should attract your potential investors, because you explain the problem of your business and also the customers you will focus on. You specified also the market and the solution. You mentioned, or many of you mentioned, also qualification, your own qualification to run this business, and also you explained the goals. So elevator pitch is well known for us. In case of time, we will outline this video, or I will insert the link to Moodle. So you explained your elevator pitch and you highlighted your key idea, and thank you for it. We managed it in our first part of our lecture. And to remind of the next form of business plan that is also very well arranged for the reader, for the investor, for the bank. It's business model canvas. Business model canvas is in fact this template with 9 elements that are crucial to know, that are crucial to be explained, to be outlined for potential investor to participate in our planning. And as I mentioned, there are nine key building blocks that are necessary for us. And a business model canvas should shortly explain our customer segments. So we should think about our most important customers and about customer needs. It's in the field value proposition. We can also think about our distribution of our products or services to the customers, about relationships with customers that are crucial for future of our business, revenue streams, and also cost structure. It's a part of financial planning, financial budgeting. Key resources, if we have enough sources for our business to start our business properly, our key activities and key partners. So 9 important elements of business model canvas. And in our last lecture, we outlined short video. In case of time, we will watch a video about business model canvas again. But there is one example that is more concrete, more specific, and maybe it could be inspiration for you, because this table, this template is very helpful to us to orient in our business plan. Okay, and last but not least, I would like to mention a relatively similar form to business model canvas, but this form is called lean canvas. Lean canvas is focused much more on startups because it is solving a problem. The main thing of this model is problem. It's one-page business plan that helps us to explain our idea. So it's a relatively easier way how to explain our crucial activities. And as you can see, we have here our problem, what to focus on, and what we solve, what we offer, what we are offering to our customers, the solution for them, key activities that are measurable regarding our business plan, something unique that we are able to bring with, to able to offer to our customers. Our advantage, that is our key advantage regarding our business, customer segments and also channels, revenue streams, and cost structure. And my question is, have you ever heard about lean canvas, about this form of business plan? Is there anyone who has heard about it? It's a relatively new form. Probably no one. So we can watch one short video regarding practical usage of lean canvas model. Okay, so let me switch to this video shortly, because I'm convinced that it could be also inspiration for you, and it is connected with one example, with one concrete example of Joe's business. You can be inspired by it. So I must share my screen together with sound, okay, and hopefully it will work properly and it will be visible for you. In case of any problem, do not hesitate to tell me. So Joe's lean canvas, short video.
Joe. He's a vegan, so he doesn't eat meat, milk products, or anything that comes from animals. He also works at Pasila, and he has noticed that the only way for a vegan to have lunch in that area is to prepare his own lunchbox, which usually is a drag. So he had an idea. What if there was a lunch restaurant serving vegan food in Pasila? Is there demand? Would people come? Can he make money? Let's take a look what his idea would look like as a lean canvas. What we have here is a blank lean canvas. Let's start by giving this idea a name, vegan restaurant in Pasila. Next we can go ahead and specify who the customers would be. Vegans naturally, but they also would probably need to live or work in Pasila. And to further narrow down the first customer spec, it's easiest for Joe to first figure out if other people like him share his problem. This is a good idea since keeping the first customer definition narrow dramatically helps the next steps, and you can always broaden the audience once there's traction. So maybe 25, 35 years old and with reasonably high income. Done. Next up, the problem. Joe already knows that there are no restaurants in Pasila serving vegan food, and at least for himself, it's really annoying to prepare your own lunch every day. What could be the ingredients of the solution? Joe thinks that his customers would appreciate good quality food, and also the restaurant would obviously have to be nearby the Pasila office complexes. And also the service should be quick since usually people have tight schedules during the workdays. The unique value proposition should boil down how you're different from everybody else and what you're worth paying attention to. In this case, it's quite easy to be the best when you're the only one. And for the unfair advantage, Joe's brother happens to be a chef and a vegan himself. Plus, he's also interested in opening his own restaurant. Making vegan food taste exquisite is no simple task, so it's definitely hard to copy. Channels. How can Joe reach the 25 to 35-year-old vegans who work in Pasila? Outdoor ads near workplaces, obviously. Where else are vegans using their time? Vegaanifoorumi for one, Facebook groups. Facebook even lets you target advertisements by age, interest, location, and so on. Joe also thinks that word of mouth has a crucial role in this customer segment. As metrics, it's good to have numbers that are actionable and react quickly. Joe chooses metrics that tell him if his solution box is working. For example, number of returning customers really tell him if people are finding value in his solution. Other metrics that he chooses are quality of food and average turnaround time. At this stage, costs and revenue are best to be left really rough, since all of this is just best guesses. One good tactic is to estimate the customer acquisition cost and the lifetime value per one customer. So, how much would it cost to get one customer through the door, and how much would they be bringing money in over the entire customership? Joe's estimate is that it would take 19 euros on average to get one customer, and one customer would visit 30 times on average and pay 12 euros for each lunch. That adds up as 19x as the LTV CAC multiplier, which is in a good territory. It's good to highlight that all of this is just an educated best guess at this stage. To validate whether the canvas has anything to do with reality, Joe will make a series of MVP tests to turn those yellow traffic lights either green or red. In the next video, we will take a look.
So it was our video about Lean Canvas. The main aim of this video was to introduce you this model that is relatively new, and any other way how to remain goals, what to focus on. I think that it's relatively good way how to explain the main crucial goals of your business, and it's also possible to focus on such a plan in your future business, because we will work with it more actively. So let me get back to my presentation. And maybe, what do you think? What is the key benefit of Lean Canvas? In this case, for Joe and Joe's business, and also from the global point of view, what is the key benefit of this template? Anyone can answer this question. If you have any idea, it would be great to share it. What is the key benefit of this model?
Could I say, I think
Yeah,
maybe one of the greatest characteristic of this model is short time and short period of analyzing situation when you could describe your idea in one pieces of paper.
Perfectly said. Thank you, Olena, because that's it. It's very well arranged template for everyone, not to waste their time, just to provide them with the idea, with the crucial goals of the business. And also for Joe and Joe's business, it's fine to know the key aspects and some potential risks, for instance, or weaknesses, because it's fine to write it down, to create this template, to be aware of potential weaknesses or some steps, some future steps, what can we do better, for instance. Okay, key benefit of Lean Canvas. And now I would like to focus shortly on financial planning. Financial planning is also a crucial part of each business plan, because we must demonstrate that our plan is as real and realistic as possible. And we have here some statements that are connected with financial planning. It's income statements that will outline our profit or loss, our revenues and costs, and also balance sheet. It is important to know which assets, which property we need to start a business, and which liabilities we have for our business to cover our assets, in fact. And it's also fine to create financial plan, to be aware of potential future risk, for instance, lack of cash, because we must be liquid enough each day. It's our short-term goal, if you remember from our last lecture. And I have here just a short just one slide with short explanation of a balance sheet with assets and liabilities, because assets consists of current assets, and current assets consist of cash, some short-term aspects, it is cash, or our receivables, inventory, if you have any, and other. It depends on type of your business, if you have any inventory, or if you, for instance, offer just services without inventory. It's also possible. And we have long-term assets. It's for instance, our building, our office, our vehicles. And on the other side, we have some capital, or we need some capital to cover our assets. And it is also short and long-term view. We have current short-term liabilities, our payables, for instance, short-term loans, and also long-term liabilities. It means long-term loans mainly. And own capital or equity, it is called equity. It means our earnings or own capital, registered capital, for instance. We will mention it during legal form of business. So assets and liabilities, we will discuss it more deeply, but this is the form, very simple form of balance sheet that we need to plan our budget. And what is maybe more important for us is income statement. And we must plan our sales and also our revenues that are connected with our sales, and also our costs. And revenues minus costs are connected with profit or loss, of course. And it's the goal to be aware of our potential profit or loss regarding income statement. I have also one example in the Czech language, just for your information. There is one example for you, because there are costs, náklady. It's about the Czech terminology, just to outline it shortly. Because náklady are our costs, in fact, and we have here three variants: pessimistic, realistic, and optimistic. It's fine to focus on each variant, because we are not sure with the future. Future is connected with risks, and we should be able to outline our potential business in more variants: pessimistic, realistic, and optimistic. And it depends on the number of products sold, for instance. So costs and also our revenues in pessimistic, optimistic, and realistic variant. So do not worry about it too much, because we will work with financial budgeting more deeply. Just regarding Czech terminology, tržby, revenues, and náklady, costs, to understand these terms. Well, and then there is the table where are together our costs and revenues, and there is profit. You can see it in the very last line, because there is small profit, but there is profit. It means that the business is profitable. And there are a few facts that are connected with a financial projection, because it's necessary to think about our future very deeply, but our future is unpredictable, and you know it very well. But it's necessary to have some scenarios, some financial projection scenarios. And in case we are able to deal with our business, or also with pessimistic scenario, we can state that our business is real and realistic. It's the crucial goal of financial planning, to explain it, to argue with our financial plan. And we should be realistic, of course. Yeah, maybe not to be overloaded by much information, because I mentioned much information. One question for you. We explained the meaning of income statement, profit and loss, and also balance sheet. But what do you think? Why is necessary to think not only about our future profit, but also about our cash flow? Is there anyone who knows the difference or is able to explain it? Not just profit, but also cash flow is important, because these terms, these expressions are not the same. We could be profitable, but maybe we can have problems with liquidity. But why? Is there anyone who can explain it?
I could try to explain.
Thank you.
the
Thank you,
difference.
Olga.
I think, yeah, cash flow is very important, because cash flow, we can see our revenues and expenses. I mean, in real time, yeah, when we receive actually money and when we can spend it. Because if we have some kind of business which, for example, we could sell our product, yeah, and receive our profits through maybe months or more, so it depends, yeah. That's why we need to understand how much money we have on our accounts to provide everything, I mean, every expenses which we need to sustain our business. So it's very important. That's why we need to see the movement of our money in real time. This is cash flow.
Yeah, definitely. You are right, Olga. Thank you very much for your explanation. Very well said, because it's necessary to be aware of everyday cash. We need it for our purposes to be able to pay our debts, and we must pay our employees, and also our payments, our short-term liabilities, and we must be liquid enough. And profit is not adequate aspect that can show our everyday liquidity. It is cash flow. And main problem of low cash flow is that we are not able to pay our everyday debts, of course. And I have here also one information about possible insolvency, because it is connected with this fact, with this problem, potential insolvency or bankruptcy, because we are in the situation when we are not able to fulfill our obligations, pay for our loans, and it's a big risk of potential insolvency. So you must have enough cash every day. I have here also one example of some businesses that are connected with problem of insolvency, and this firm, this company, that is called OP Proskijov. Maybe you have heard about it because it was relatively famous company for clothes and relatively formal clothing, but it faced to bankruptcy and insolvency, and the process wasn't successful, and this company finished, in fact. And yeah, I think that it's a pity for Czech business because it was relatively famous company and very nice clothes and marks, trademarks like Proskijov Profession or William and Delvin. There was problem with insolvency. Or another example that is connected with a few years ago with COVID pandemic. In fact, it's producer of leather clothes, Kara Trutnov. Maybe you know this company. These products, leather jackets, for instance, are relatively expensive, and it was problem for customers to order them online during COVID times. These products were not necessary for the customers, and this company faced also problems of insolvency, but they managed it successfully. They dealt with this situation successfully because there was reorganization, and Kara is still in process now. So it's one example of relatively successful business nowadays, but this company is to overcome problems with insolvency. And I have here also example of some companies that were very successful during COVID times. For instance, some stores, Tesco and Kaufland and Globus, so hypermarkets, of course, and also drugstores. And what is also fine, or what was also successful, were stores with electronic or online stores, Alza or Czech Computer or Mall, etc. Successful businesses also in COVID times. Just for your information, because I find it relatively interesting, there is also a few information about statistics. We can see startup failure rates, and as you can see, in the first year, the probability is relatively high, but yeah, it is changing in time. Which areas are very important to be aware of is, for instance, no market need or ran out of cash, so problem with liquidity, or personal problems, not right team, or for instance, lack passion. We must be passionate enough, enthusiastic about our business. Some legal challenges, for instance, there was at EEG administration in the Czech Republic a few years ago, it was problems for our businessmen. Or, for instance, higher taxes are also problems. And in case we focus on some successful startups and industries, with the most successful startups, we have here healthcare, transportation, financial services, and for instance, also e-commerce. So many of you mentioned e-commerce or selling online, selling products online, so it is possible to focus on it. And just one information about some enthusiasm regarding starting up a new business, some reasons why to set up something new, why to set up a new company. It is also about our passions, or it is about our plans because we would like to be our own boss. We don't want to be employed and subordinate, I can say. And also it's the opportunity to present ourselves, our ideas, etc. So just for your information, I found it relatively interesting. And the example of a few famous companies, famous startups in the past years. Okay, but not to be overloaded by statistics, maybe two examples left regarding successful Czech startup. It's the company Dodo. It's a delivery company because it specializes in delivery from their marketplace to the consumer. Or also the company Rohlík. It was especially famous during COVID times. So Rohlík is maybe mainly for grocery products. Well, and this question, it is not connected with the previous slide, but maybe to relax for a while regarding statistics. What qualities, in your opinion, should have the entrepreneur to be able to set up a good business and to be active in some business field? What qualities, what characteristics are important for a good businessman? Is there anyone with any idea? Katarina, thank you.
Well, the first thing that came to my mind is courage. Just when you want to stop being employed and start being non-subordinate to anybody else, you need to have a lot of courage.
Yeah.
Then the other thing, you need to be flexible because development is really rapid these days. The world is changing every day or even every hour. So sometimes your idea appears to be very current to yesterday, but it's not going to be topical tomorrow. So you need to be ready to change as well.
Definitely.
And maybe the third thing, of course, what we are doing here is some business literacy, of course. Business awareness, knowledge, skills, so some basics, theory and practice, everything concerning the main things, somebody else's experience, and so.
Yeah, Katarina, thank you very much for your ideas because these three aspects are really crucial for a good and successful businessman. We must be brave enough to set up a business because it's very challenging activity. We must be aware of risk, and also we must be flexible enough. It is not easy to tailor our business to fit the needs of our customers, and it's crucial. Okay, thank you for these ideas. And there are some characteristics that are explained in the graph which a good good businessmen should have. So you can think about them shortly. Also, time management is mentioned. You must be well-organized person. You must be able to solve and face potential problems. You must be also creative person, because you must be able to bring up with new products. You should be able to manage people, of course, in case you are not an individual. You should have analytic skills, negotiation skills, and also you must be persuasive enough if you need capital from potential investor. So it's a challenging job, but yeah, you will manage it. It's very interesting to set up a business. And now we can move on to just shortly, because we have about 10 minutes left. But we are at the end of today's presentation. In fact, last week, or in our very last lecture, we mentioned also SWOT analysis and its importance. And now we mentioned the importance of financial planning, but SWOT analysis is also a crucial part of our business, of our business plan, and it is connected with our strengths, potential weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. And we should be able to think about all these aspects and create a future strategy with the help of SWOT analysis, because strengths are fine for us in the future, but we would like to strengthen our weaknesses, also to use our opportunities, and to be aware of our potential threats. So a few aspects that are important for our business regarding SWOT analysis. And yeah, I have here example of Tesla SWOT analysis, but maybe it would be fine at the very end of our today's lecture. Tesla it will take more time to explain
Ти все
it.
спиш, що з тобою таке сьогодні?
Yeah, so there is one situation that is outlined, and we will finish with this task. You can think about this situation and potential SWOT analysis that is connected with it. You can imagine that you are an entrepreneur who is going to open a pastry shop or a cafe in the center of Prague, with the possibility for the customers to have coffee there, to buy some fresh pastry, and also small refreshment. And there are also a few tables and chairs in the space. And can you imagine any strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats that could be connected with this situation? Of course, we are relatively limited by information. We don't have much information about the situation. But is there any strength, or could there be any strengths? What do you think? Pastry shop in the center. Any idea?
I think one strength is location, because city center is really good location for such shop, because I think there could be a lot of people there. It could be a business center near, and that's why I think there are a lot of customers, potential customers, might be interested in this pastry shop.
Definitely. So it could be our strength. So we can work with this SWOT analysis more deeply maybe next time, because it's also for deeper analysis. Maybe now we can just mention very shortly potential weakness of this situation, and then we will move on to our very last slide of this presentation, not to waste your time. Just can you mention any weakness that is connected or could be connected with this situation? Pastry shop in the center. We have also
Perhaps the other side of this, of the aspect mentioned before, high rents in the city center.
Definitely, you are right. Higher rents, and maybe it could be also limited space for our customers because it's small firm, as it is mentioned here, just a few tables and chairs, and our space is probably limited, but higher rents, of course. So it is just one information about SWOT analysis. We will work with it more deeply next time together with Tesla. SWOT analysis, and also we will mention pest analysis next time. But now I would like to outline a task for the future for you. It's very last slide for today, because today we talked about business plan, the importance of business plan. We reminded of some types of business plan, as well as elevator page, that is oral form of business planning. But also we mentioned a lean canvas or business model canvas that is also well organized and well arranged. And today we were also focused on financial planning, financial budgeting, and some aspects that are included and must be included in the business plan. And your task for the future will be to work with your goals more actively. You outlined there today perfectly, and thank you for that. But try to prepare short elevator page, 2-minute speech. Most of you managed it today, but try to focus also on your potential SWOT analysis, on your strengths, potential weaknesses, any opportunity in your field, and also any threats, if there is any. So about 2-3 minute speech regarding your goals, your business plan, okay? So this presentation with this task will be available for you. Yeah, Natalia, you raised your hand. Any question?
Yes, I'm sorry. I would like to listen to the end. Sorry for interrupting. Just I wanted to ask if it is possible that we have.
Sorry? Just.
I'm sorry. We have the same business idea with Katerina. Is it possible for us to work as for our home task, to work together in order not to repeat this almost the same idea?
Yeah, the same idea, not, but yeah, maybe SWOT analysis more complex, for instance, just shortly, you can mention it. Or of course, it is also possible to send it to me if you want, but it's fine to focus on more aspects. You can also focus on your financials if you want something new that will be helpful to you to create your business plans. Okay?
Of course, yes, thank you so much. Just we thought about it, that we have one more, the same, the one idea, so in order not to be repeated. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you too. And thank all of you for your perfect cooperation today and your attention here. In case of any questions, do not hesitate to ask.